Hello friends, happy end of 2024. This is our last official live stream of 2024. That feels so weird to me to say. I think because we were traveling during the bulk of December, I feel like I was like, did I just say like 4 times in a row? Yeah, I did. I feel as if I missed so much of December that Christmas kind of snuck up on me, and now the New Year is sneaking up on me. It's a weird feeling, but it's great to see all of you here. Let's get some cruise countdowns in the chat. If you'd like to tell me how long until your next cruise and what ship you're going to be going on, I would love to hear from you. I know Mike and Cheryl have one coming up soon. I know Charles and Elizabeth have one just right around the corner, and we're super thrilled to hear from you guys. Also, our backstage crew from Patreon, if you're here, type crew in the chat and would love to take good care of you and acknowledge you. So, hello, Diane. Hi, Celine. Celine said, have you ever done a Mediterranean cruise? I love it. Celine is getting right into the cruise questions and answers tonight. And the answer is yes, absolutely. I have done a Mediterranean cruise. It is a wonderful way to see Europe because you're basically, Celine, it's like you're in a new country every day. So sometimes when we go on a cruise, like you might be in a new island every day, or you might be in a new city every day. But think of the fact that when you go to Europe, oftentimes you're in a new country. You might go from Italy to France to the island nation of Malta and then be, in a completely different country after that. And it's just so wild to think you could be in Spain 24 hours or maybe even 8 hours after you were in Italy. So very cool way to see Europe and one of my favorite types of cruises. The only downside with Mediterranean cruises, you have to be very careful because they're super port intensive. Because the countries tend to be so much closer to one another than a lot of other regions of the world, you're kind of exhausted by the end of the cruise because you don't have many sea days. So maybe book a back-to-back, extend your time on land a bit, or just make your own sea day here and there, Celine. So great to see everybody here. Love seeing all of our backstage crew in the house. I have quite a few of them. I love to go back and look at them a little bit later in the evening. Hi, Bill. Bill, your podcast is coming on Wednesday. I promise. I know that you were wondering about that. Wow, Heather, you're really coming in hot on Harmony. And are you leaving out of Galveston? I think that you are, right? So exciting. Very cool, you guys. Very excited for you all. Bill Biango's counting down that Regal Princess cruise. Pizza Travels is counting one down. Look at this. Enjoying seeing all of yours. Bessie, your cruise on the Jubilee is coming in hot. Vernon, you're counting down the days too. Wow, Peter Evidente said, did Sun Princess stop going to Santorini? I'm not sure if they stopped permanently going to Santorini. I know that our stop didn't go there when I was on Sun Princess. They swapped it out for, I think it was Crete. And so I don't know what the deal is with that, but I kind of think that there is something going on with that. Juliana Pettit said, hey, Sherry, help. Going on a cruise in Japan in May, and it says the ship leaves out of Tokyo, but it comes back to Yokohama. Do you know if there's a difference? No, it is the same thing. So Yokohama is the port for Tokyo. It is very likely the only place you could cruise out of Japan. There are 2 cruise ports in Yokohama port, but there's that Yokohama is the port for Tokyo. Now what would be concerning is if you saw Kobe as a starting point and Yokohama. Those are 2 different ports. Oh, he's playing guitar. Okay. I was like, what's that sound? Her son's playing guitar. Kobe is different from Tokyo/Yokohama. Yokohama is coastal Tokyo and is fabulous. Juliana, if you can give yourself a day or 2 to enjoy Yokohama, it's fun. It's bustling like Tokyo, but also in a way nothing like downtown Tokyo. It's very walkable. You can walk all along, you go on a Ferris wheel, go to the mall, eat good food. They even have like a little people mover that's really fun. So you're gonna have a great time, Juliana. Excited for you. Emily, how are you? Emily, are you back from your Christmas trip? How was it? Fill me in. You'll have to send me a DM. Juliana said, has anyone stopped at Busan? Is the customs process lengthy? So Juliana is talking about the port stop in South Korea. Unfortunately, we didn't get to stop in Busan because We had a bad storm on our last cruise in Japan. I mean, it was such a bad storm that the ship had to dock a couple of days early and we had to fly home ahead of it to get out of there. But I don't know about Busan, but if anybody can weigh in on that, I don't imagine it would be lengthy, and they may do customs on the ship for you. Cheryl and Mike all packed and ready to go. I love Vicky's countdown. Okay, Juliana, it's an MSC cruise. It just says leaving from Tokyo and returning to Yokohama. That is really weird. That sounds like something that MSC would do. Right? I think so, but I hope that it's not different. I just can't imagine that it would be, because Yokohama is the port of Tokyo. Tokyo is not on the coast. It's like saying that you are going to, Orlando. It's like saying Orlando for Port Canaveral. It's not really, right? It's like inland. So that's probably the best way I can describe it. But hey, look at the address. If there's a little plus sign on the right and the address is different, then okay, maybe there's something different. Maybe you're docking in two different places. It's possible that there is some other dock somewhere on the coast, but Tokyo is, I don't know. Interesting, yeah. Cheryl said, is he playing Smoke on the Water? I don't know what he's playing. I can't hear it, but today at his guitar class, he played a little bit of Kashmir. He played a little bit of Prince. And it made me think about the fact that, you guys, you have to remember that on Norwegian Cruise Line, they have that new Prince Revolution show coming out on Aqua. And I got to see a preview of that when I was over in Italy, in Venice. And it is going to be really something. So if you're a Prince lover, you might want to book a cruise on Norwegian Aqua, because that's going to be really great. Is Prince on Aqua? Let me see. Hold on. I want to make sure it's not on Luna. Checking. Oh, wow. He's using his new modulator. He's rocking out in there. Let's see. Is it going to be on Aqua? Yes. So the Prince, the Revolution, a celebration of Prince, is going to be the first ever show at sea celebrating Prince. They developed it in partnership with Prince Legacy LLC and Primary Wave Music, and it is an original in-house production. I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be great. So spoiler, I do have more information coming on that, on the Prince thing. There's a little surprise in the works, but I have to hold that for at least a month before I know anything else that I can tell you. But there's gonna be more Norwegian Cruise Line in your life this year, because there's gonna be more Norwegian Cruise Line in my life this year. Let's just put it that way. Very excited to share that with you guys. So, yay, I'm loving all these comments, you guys, and all of the cruise countdowns. So good. Yeah, you're welcome, Juliana. My pleasure. Yuki said, question, best cruise line to celebrate a 10-year anniversary. We want to try a different ship besides Carnival. You know, Yuki, live a little. Try something wild. You might want to try, if you want something other than Carnival, you might want to try Virgin Voyages. It's actually really fun for couples. I would recommend like a Europe itinerary, or a 7-night or a longer itinerary on Virgin. Don't do a weekend cruise on Virgin. That's a different group, right? What else, Yuki? I'm trying to think. You guys, what do we think? Let's tell Yuki, what is the best cruise line to celebrate a 10-year anniversary? It depends on who you are. My husband and I celebrated our 10-year anniversary probably on Holland America, and at the time we thought that was great. Sorry, friends, I just sneezed right into my microphone. I had no warning, and forgive me. I'm just reading all your cruise countdowns. These are so good. And still, our backstage crew from Patreon flowing on into the chat. I see all of you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Yeah, I know you do, Brett. Brett is an NCL lover, right? That is the best. Yay, Holly is here too. Hi, Holly. Hi, Chi, Bessie. I see so many of you here. Yeah, that's true, Gustav. The Noodle Museum. Do you mean the Ramen Museum? Mike and Cheryl are messing with you, Yuki, and said you should try a Margaritaville cruise. Although I know a lot of people who really like Margaritaville. I was on a press trip on another cruise line, completely different cruise line, earlier this year. And there were other media people saying, I don't understand as much why they get a bad rap because they're actually really fun. And they said the food is pretty good and it's pretty legit. So, I mean, I think for what it is, it's kind of fun. Fun, Yuki. Yeah, you know, another really great itinerary that I love is cruising the 10-night cruises from the West Coast to a variety of destinations. For a 10-year anniversary, maybe consider giving yourself the gift of time together, maybe a 10-day cruise. You might consider a cruise from San Francisco to Alaska, which is a longer cruise. Instead of going from Seattle, they take the coast up. You might also consider a 10-night cruise from Los Angeles going down to the Sea of Cortez in Mexico, and try that out. That could be really fun. Wow. Oh my gosh. Jesse said you're scheduled to go on the Aqua this time next year. You were scheduled on the Joy until you canceled it. Oh no. So tell me more about what happened with Joy. When did that get canceled for you? Did that get canceled this year? Interesting. Mike, you're scheduled on MSC World America. Very good. I love it. PJ said they're doing their 30th anniversary on Carnival. Carnival is fun. I love Carnival. It is fun. It is the fun ship for a reason. It's lively. It's fun. Their longer itineraries are fantastic too. There's a lot to love. Yeah, don't you think so? Raiders fan is agreeing with me, Yuki, that you might want to try Virgin. Great food. Make your reservations as soon as you get to that 45-day point. That's critical. Reserve the Wake. It is such a good restaurant on Virgin. Yes, you have reptiles, Yuki. Yep. Sydney, how are you? Oh my gosh, that's a name I haven't seen in a long time. It's so wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Barcelona. T. Jacob. I don't have a lot of hotel recommendations for you for Barcelona. I haven't stayed there. My husband and I lived in Madrid and we traveled to Barcelona. We stayed in a hostel. It was horrible. It was many years ago. So I'm not your girl. But I think one of my favorite things to do that we did when we were in Barcelona was to take a Segway tour. And so that's one thing I would do. And then, of course, you've got to take a tour of the La Sagrada Familia, the cathedral that just keeps being built and built and built. It is so cool. Inside and out, it's cool. So a Segway tour will take you to the outside, and you can kind of see it. But then you got to get tickets and go inside, too. So those would be the two things I'd recommend. Yeah, Charles, it's a little extra relaxing, isn't it? So nice. Yes. Oh, Mel, that's going to be an exhausting one. But you know what? Sometimes you just make your own sea day, right, Mel? And you're good. It's okay. 1 day later, Jesse. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Same itinerary, just 1 day later, but they move the ships around. Interesting. Wow. Marcia, that is a big question. We could spend hours talking about how Royal Caribbean Celebrity and Princess compare pros and cons. Honey, leave that on the screen for me so I can keep looking at it and think about it because I'm going to try here for Marcia. I'm going to do my best. This is hard, Marcia, because it's a lot to talk about. So Celebrity and Princess are more similar to one another, okay, than Royal Caribbean is to them. So think of Celebrity and Princess as slightly more premium lines, although I have heard people tell me, yeah, we are getting a lot of ads tonight, Mike and Cheryl. I'm seeing that too, by the way. Anyway, back to Marcia's question. I have had people tell me that Celebrity is kind of like a mini Royal Caribbean in some ways, but it is more premium, so I don't know that that's really the case. So Royal Caribbean is geared towards a family cruise experience. In general, there's going to be a lot of families, a lot of children on Royal Caribbean. As such, it's also one of the funnest and there's also more to do on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship than there is on any other cruise in the world. There's no disputing that Royal Caribbean ships have the most advanced entertainment, the most unique entertainment, because they bring things like aqua shows, diving shows, ice skating shows, drone shows to the table. So if you're into doing all of that, flow riders, rock climbing walls, go on Royal Caribbean's newer ships. That's what you're going to be experiencing. Now, if you start getting into Royal Caribbean's older, smaller ships, you're going to have a small ship, different vibe. It might feel more like a Princess ship than a Royal Caribbean ship if it's a long itinerary and an old one. But Celebrity and Princess tend tend to be more premium, while Celebrity is more contemporary than Princess. Princess's demographics probably a tiny bit older than Celebrity's. Celebrity calls themselves a more contemporary / modern cruise line. Princess tends to be a little more traditional, almost British in a way, in some ways, but not so much on their newer ships. Like, you're not going to find that feel is really the case on Sky, Enchanted Sun. But on the older Princess ships, a little bit more traditional. Does that help, Marcia? Pros and cons. I don't know if I want to get into pros and cons because they're very much just a matter of opinion, you know. I guess con with Royal Caribbean is there may be too many children for some people. Pros, there's always something to do. Celebrity, I don't know. I haven't cruised on Celebrity, so I'm not comfortable saying that. Princess, I would say for me, it's a lot of pros because I am very partial to Princess. And I really like the fact that there's more space per passenger and there's always like a pool chair for me. Whereas on Royal Caribbean, I feel like those pools are crowded. Sometimes it's just impossible to get a pool chair and I just don't like that vibe. But can't speak to Celebrity. So there you go, Miss Marcia. Juliana, our Middle East videos are fully edited. They are going to go up in, I'm going to say a couple of weeks because my contact at MSC that wants to take a look at them is out of the office. And so we're waiting. And once they review, we're going to have those go up. But there are two of them. There are two. One of them is focused on MSC Yacht Club, like tips and tricks. And one of them is like a review of the yacht club. That's like a story vlog. So it's like a 20-minute, it's kind of like a vlog because we go from day one all the way through the whole trip. It's not going to focus on like really long, intensive stuff we did in port, but you're going to know what we did in ports. Also check my social content too because I'm putting up a lot of photos on Facebook and Instagram of our Middle East cruises, Juliana, as well as Instagram stories are already there. And I'm still going to be adding to those Instagram stories too for the Middle East. So yeah, they're coming. I'm sorry for the delay. MSC Europa Vlogs, no. BRD Guy 7, I don't have any plans to sail on Europa as of now, but you just never know. I guess that could happen. So yeah. Yeah, Wu-Tang Life. I'm seeing that it's a little harder to find deals too. I think they're out there. It's just that you have to be able to book a last minute cruise. So yeah. Maybe Bird Guy, did you mean Euribia or did you mean am I going on MSC Europa? Maybe you meant Euribia. Yeah, Euribia videos are coming. They're not daily vlogs, but yeah. Their daily vlogs are really hard for us to do anymore. Bill, do I have any guilty pleasures that I do on a cruise? Gosh. Guilty pleasures. I'm trying to think. I mean, my husband said drinking and eating. Drinking, eating, and sleeping. Yeah, I mean, you know, okay, I have an answer for you. I had to think about this one, Bill. When I thought about it, I was like, how is it totally different from my daily life, right? Like what things do I do on a cruise that I definitely don't do at home? That's where I had to get my head around that one. Such a funny question. The one thing I love to do, and some of you already know this, is my first cocktail usually of the day is when I'm getting ready for dinner. So my getting ready drink ritual is probably my guiltiest pleasure because it's definitely not an everyday thing. You're not going to see me in my house, in my bathroom, refreshing my mascara with a Manhattan. Like, it's just not life, right? I might be making dinner with a rum and Diet Coke, but I'm not going to be like getting ready with music. So yeah, I like my little mini travel speaker in my room, played on a soft volume level with a playlist that I've curated just for my cruise. And then I'm probably going to have like a cocktail of some sort, and I'm going to try to get ready slowly and not feel rushed. And that's my guilty pleasure. I can't tell you that sleeping in is my guilty pleasure because usually I'm wide awake at my normal time and I'm out getting coffee, and sometimes I'm hauling my laptop to a public space to work because It's a beautiful time of day to get something done. I don't know that I have that many guilty pleasures on a cruise. But I'd say the best guilty pleasure is just being present, right? Like the thing that we don't get to do as much when we're at home is just stop and be there with the people that you're with. And so even though we're working a lot when we cruise, especially more now that I quit my job, so it's a little more pressure to get stuff done all the time. We still talk to each other about just like, okay, look, let's remember the blessing of powering off the phone for a bit here and just be there for one another. So I think that's the best part, Bill. There's your long answer. Oh, that sounds so fun, Wu-Tang life. We could do that Lawson excursion, yeah. Is that Doug here? Cruise News Today? Is that Dougie in the chat? Did you change your username? I don't know. Oh, that's a good suggestion. Doug, is that you? If it is, I didn't recognize the handle. If so, Doug is saying Hotel Eurostar Grand Marina is where they stayed in Barcelona the last 3 times. You can see the cruise port from the rooftop pool. 10 minutes max to the terminals, 2-minute walk to Virgin Terminal. Wow. Amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I think that might be Doug. So, who was it that asked about the hotels in Barcelona? I'm trying to remember who that was. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's Doug. Yes, and now I really know it's Doug because he's giving me a one-word answer. Yeah, it's me. Hi, Dougie. Okay, let's see here. More questions coming in. You're welcome, Marcia. Well, let me ask you guys, and keep it PG-13, guys. What are your guilty pleasures on a cruise? Let's go. It took me a while to answer. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Oh, McRae Adventures already coming into the house, ordering 2 desserts some nights with 0 regrets. Beautifully. Yeah, food is going to be up there. For me, yeah, it is. It's the food. My guilty pleasure is not cooking. I mean, it's not so much for me about overindulgence. It's about just the fact that I don't have to wash the stinking dishes, right? Like, I don't have to do any of that. It's fabulous. What else? Let's get some guilty pleasures in the chat. Michelle B. Michelle's like, desserts? You know it. That's right. How about Guy's Burgers? Anybody going to throw in a Guy's Burger for your guilty pleasure? Come on. Bill, what have you done? All right, Brett Parnell's coming in with a guilty pleasure. Never cruise without the drink package. Yeah, I wish I could say the same, but there are times when I don't buy it. I don't buy it on Carnival because they don't have an exception and my husband doesn't drink. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. $82 a day. I can get by on 1 cocktail a day when I'm on a cruise creatively, because you have maybe buy a drink in port, buy one on the ship, and buy a very strong drink, right? You can do what Doug does and get Tito's and soda, that's strong, or you can do what I do and just get a martini, right? And then that's basically 2 drinks. So I can get away with that, but I feel you. Okay, this is great. I love it. Here they come. More guilty pleasures. Yuki said late night ice cream, root beer floats. PJ said specialty drink. Jennifer said wearing everything I've pinned on Pinterest and looking more bougie than I ever would. Okay, Jennifer, that might be my favorite comment of the entire day. That is rad. PJ said drinks. Oh, Raiders fan. Getting a massage. Okay, for sure for me too. And I'm a cheapskate, so it's always going to be a port day special. It's always going to be like me rolling up to the spa and going, okay, you guys, what do you got today? Do we have like a nice half facial, half massage, and you'll also give me a scalp massage for $119 instead of $179? You know how they always say it that way. So that's a good one, Raiders fan. Yeah, Guy's Burger is a good one. We're getting a lot of them. This is great. I'm loving it. Okay, Zen Kakuji ordering 2 tiramisus. Cheryl said straight up just champagne. Sea day naps. Mike, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's funny. Wu-Tang Life, I was researching cruise line things you can't take on a cruise today, and I was surprised to see that folding chairs are prohibited on Carnival Cruise Line. I was like, really? Okay, Mike and Cheryl's, this is Mike, espresso martini or deep sea martini. McRae Adventures, down with the Guy's Burgers. Bessie said, trying new foods I don't have. Yeah, that's wonderful. My husband used to do, he used to do escargot more than he does now. Multi-mocktails, Mel, yum. Sounds so good. Okay, a BBC drink for Charles, yum. Oh, yeah, Yuki, I'll have to try that sometime. The lavender rum drink. Yeah, Alchemy Bar and Carnival. So good, huh? How fun. Yay. Tricia, you're leaving from Galveston on the breeze. That's exciting. Wait, Doug is revealing his soul, you guys. Doug just revealed in our chat that he gets pedicures for his nasty runner's feet. Doug, you don't have nasty feet. That's my response. You don't have I've seen your feet. Your feet are fine. But you get pedicures, Doug. Well, gentlemen, see? Even guys, real men can get pedicures. I love it, Yuki. Oh, that's so nice. Pamela said, getting my nails done on a cruise, sitting in the pool deck at 5 a.m. Yeah, Gustav says, not being at work, not feeling guilty. Tony Diaz, folding chairs can be used as a weapon during a fight. Tony, you bring up a point, my friend. That's right. They could be used as a weapon, like they could be deconstructed as a weapon. True. I love it, Ginger. That's a good one. Yes, no more, Yuki, no more Bluetooth speakers on Carnival. And my understanding, Yuki, though, Carnival is, according to their website, as of today, they are still allowing non-surge power strips. So, yeah. McRae Adventures, that's funny about Doug's feet. Oh, Carla, lots of Carnival cruisers going out of Galveston. We have yet to cruise out of Galveston, guys. We better get on that. I'm telling you, it needs to happen. Bear Bull Cruising said guilty pleasure late night pizza, overdoing it with room service. That's a good one. These are good. See, you guys have way better guilty pleasures than I do. I'm proud of you. Yeah, Chef Mig said me time at the bar. Hey, whatever works. That is awesome. Diane said, would you share the link to the travel slippers for your recent YouTube video? Yes, it would be my pleasure. Diane, I will grab those for you right now, my dear. I know where they are. I just had to think about it for a second. Let me log out of this account and into another account. Those travel slippers are the best. If you guys are wondering what Diane is talking about, she is talking about these slippers. We need to get some of these for Doug. Just kidding. These slippers, they fold down totally flat. These are actually my son's. I have them in pink. They're unisex, and they're like the best travel slippers ever because it's kind of gross to walk on the floor of your cruise stateroom, and sometimes wearing flip-flops isn't really that nice. So I'm going to get you the link for those, Diane, and everybody can benefit from that. They are wonderful, though. Really, truly. Okay. I've almost got the link, Diane. I had to log out of an account and into another one to get it, but I know exactly where it is. Somebody else asked me for that today. It's funny. They're awesome. And they will give you, friends, a size guide for the slippers, and it can be trusted. My son and I both had luck trusting the men's and women's size ranges, no problem. And they're quite stretchy, so should be okay. That. Okay. I'm almost there, Diane. We'll get those real quick. There we go. And there they are. Diane, I'm going to pin them to the top of the comments as well, so anybody who's watching the replay can see those too. Mary said she has them too. Sydney said, are we expecting any new cruise trends in 2025? Yeah. 1 minute till what? Oh, I have it for 6:15, but we can definitely do that. That's fine. Cruise trends. Sorry. Sid, what I was going to say is I think that you're going to find the biggest cruise trend is just that the great majority of ships are going to be sailing at full capacity. I will tell you, and I have evidence of this. This is not me just saying it. There are absolutely last minute deals to be had, but you have to be such a flexible cruiser. So I know people are saying like prices are high, there's no deals, but if you are like, if you can cruise in the next 4 months and get really creative, just go straight to the cruise lines websites and look for unsold cabins. You guys, look for patterns. If you see a whole block of rooms that are unsold, that ship is not selling out. You can still definitely get deals, but unfortunately it's a last minute thing. So yeah, I think full capacity in a lot of situations, but we're in a transition period. We always go through economic ebbs and flows, guys, right? Don't we? And we're sort of in one right now, I think. So I think you're going to see some changes. I do, Sid, also think that we're going to see the introduction of some more mid-sized ships. Not necessarily small ships, but a bit of a move away from all mega ships. I think you're going to see some custom-built new ships being announced in the coming year or two. That's my thought. And we're all going to continue to be tired of and over it with celebrity partnerships. Oh, wait, did I just say that? I am so over it. I don't need some celebrity person making my pizza. I mean, Guy's Burger's great, Emerald great. There's some great celebrity partnerships, but can we please stop? I'm done. Okay. That was my little rant. Oh, that's funny, Tony. I like your Ziploc bag thing. That's great. Wow, good job. Yeah, see, Brett got a last minute deal, guys. See, that's a problem. Yeah. You know, Yuki, service dogs are widely allowed on cruise lines. Legitimately licensed service dogs are, but it is a thing and people do take them. Service dogs generally for serious conditions like diabetes control, epilepsy control, things like that. I have seen many of them. All right, friends, we are wrapping it up. It is 6 o'clock. It is time to go to Amazon Live now for our after party and have a little fun there. If you want to come join me, I have some incredible values on things that are just so fun. A new crop of things on sale. I've got a travel mirror. Even Sunbum sunscreen was on sale this morning. I'm not sure if it still is, but I'll find out for you. Yes, Chef Miggs said, do you actually think we'll see some deals during wave season? We're already in wave season. So as soon as Christmas is kind of in our, in our backyard, wave season is here. Welcome to wave season. You're in it. Yes, I do. But I do think that some of the cruise lines started putting out really incredible deals as early as Black Friday. Like Virgin had a pretty crazy good promo Black Friday. So yeah, we're in it. Talk to your travel agent and let them guide you through that. It might start to heat up a little bit. Mid-January-ish, end of January, as the weather continues to get frostier and frostier and frostier in certain areas of the country. You might see that happening. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Mike and Cheryl. I love it. Doug said, I always look on final payment due day for the sailing I want. 70% of the time, I find the price has dropped and rooms open up. That's what I did for my sailing next month. Okay, you guys, so take that advice to heart from Doug. So what you want to do is go to your cruise line's website and find out, first of all, what their final payment policy is. Is it 90? Is it 45? Is it 120? Is it 6 months? Is it 180? And on that day, if you've got a sailing in mind, do what Doug said. He said 70% of the time the price has dropped. So you guys, what's happening obviously on final payment day, what Doug is alluding to is the fact that a lot of people don't make their final payment. So they've put down a deposit and then they bail on the cruise. And so you're getting unsold cabins. And the cruise company then has a much shorter window of time. And they're out there. And that is not, that window of time isn't always horrible. Final payment is pretty aggressive with some cruise companies these days. So try it. Best tip of the day, Doug. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Bear Bull. Hi, Shelly. That's okay, Terry. You can watch it on the replay. All right, guys, if you want to continue the chat, come on over to Amazon Live. The chat is much quieter there. I've probably never completely missed a comment. If you type in that chat and you ask me a question, I will see it or my husband will alert me to it and we will say hi and make sure that we get to interact with you. So I love that about Amazon Live. I love YouTube too, but this one gets busy and moves fast. And over on Amazon Live, we can chat it up a little bit more slowly. Thanks, Yuki. Thanks, PJ. Cruising engineer, see you at the after party. Thanks, guys. See you on the high seas.
Cruise around the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.